I have respect for women, ultra respect for women. But then, like I was liking this girl in Tam, and I'm extra nice, extra gentleman. I'm extra just like, oh, you're beautiful and you deserve the best. And she told me I was too nice. I couldn't believe it. It wouldn't work because I was too nice. That was the ultimate stab in the back. So I went through a week of just going, forget it, I'm just gonna be like them. Because they seem to get the girls and they call girls the B word, and they smack and beat and they're getting girls, and I'm going, peace, and I think you're beautiful, and they're going, well, I like him because he's masculine. I'm masculine. I mean, and with the guys, and like yesterday he was cursing, and I was like, don't curse, and he got mad at me because I told him not to curse.
That's corporate, but thuggish, but did a little time, but are reformed, that been a thought, but want to be in love now. Where y'all at? Please tap in.
I want to address this hybrid corporate thug that black women seem to want. This is the guy who gets grouped in as a Pookie, and I'm not sure if this is even accurate because oftentimes this archetype of man has money. Pookie is not a monolith. Pookie is multifaceted as well. But the question here is that the ideal man that many black women want, does he even really exist?
Is it really true that all African American women want the quote-unquote losers known as Pookie and Riri? Now, before we get into that, we have to understand that there are two archetypes of Pookies and Riris. The first archetype is pre-selected due to a set of circumstances. For whatever reason, this Pookie or Riri have always attracted women since they were young and have mostly been involved in either the drug game heavily, gang culture, street pimping, or other notorious crimes. This Pookie and Riri legitimately have a reputation in the streets. This archetype is more in alignment with the alpha bad boy concept. The other archetype is just an everyday hoodlum with no reputation that black women generally don't find attractive. It's possible for a man to be hood and still be a nobody or an underdog, aka beta male. The issue lies within women's hypergamy. Author Ron Wills defines hypergamy by social class, emphasizing that only women of the same or of a lower social class pursue Pookies and Riris. He also noted that men of a higher social class are usually the ones complaining about this issue. You ever wonder why some black women tend to go for Pookie and Riris, only for them to end up unwed mothers? Well, today, we're going to be covering why women can't seem to resist them and why they keep running back to them. This is going to be mostly about the ones that are legit, not the ones women tend to control. Women like them too, but probably for one thing and one thing only. Anyways, the first reason why black women in particular love them so much is because they possess the bad boy appeal. The bad boy appeal is pervasive in all cultures and ethnic groups. Let's consider rappers and other famous musicians. Most famous musicians have groupies and women throwing themselves at them all of the time.
Women want, right? That's the main thing. It gives an insight into what women really want in a man. And it's not so much they want a thug. They think they might. It's just what the thug represents to them, and that's a certain type of energy. That's the main thing. They looking for that energy, but they looking for a level of intelligence, though. A level of intelligence that can navigate through life, that can go out there and make money, have conversation, connect. Have some damn street smart. They looking for that too. And honestly, a lot of women, they'll say they don't find that. Of course the men might say something else, but a lot of times it's not even, they'll go for that type, that, quote unquote corporate thug type, because it ain't even so much to do look good or he's sexy, but it is because he's also intelligent. See, I talked about that in a video I did a while ago. Are women really turned on by intelligent men? And, my argument in that video was they turned on by intelligence as long as there's other stuff to go along with it. Now, you've got a lot of women, many women. They'll deal with somebody who's for lack of a better term, a thug, somebody who's a part of the criminal element. Maybe like that, maybe the more intelligent side, that type who would be like Idris Elba's character in that movie Takers, more sophisticated about it, into bigger hustlers. You find that these guys never seem to have a shortage of women. And it's not so much they into, the criminal activity. That's just a byproduct. Energetically, there's no real difference between, a street thug, somebody actually going out there doing some dirty shit in the street, and a football middle linebacker, a high school football middle linebacker. It's the same energy. It's just used differently. So women are attracted to not so much the thug, but the energy. But unfortunately, in women's eyes, now we can call them whatever name we want to call them, but this is what they're seeing. They don't see that energy in men every day. Like the average good guy, they don't see that energy, so they go for it in a thug. And before some women get on here and say, well, no, that's just those low class women. No. Nah, that energy is that energy, because I've known some women who are professionals, some women who even got in trouble for going for some, drug dealer, some incarcerated drug dealer that they knew to be who they thought was cute and intelligent. They'll be like, well, yeah, he was cute, but you know what? I talked to him and he was so intelligent and all of that. I just look at him and I'm just like, oh, okay. I don't really judge him. I just let him talk. That way I learn more. But, it's deep. It's deep in many ways. And that's one of the things I try to really teach, is how to have that energy, but just use it for good. They still want that feeling, but a lot of men, well, we don't live, let's put it like this, I'm gonna get a little deep with y'all. We live in a culture that really tries to suppress that energy in men. We really do. It tries to, we can watch TV and see a man be a man, stand up for his principles, fight for his principles, and the repercussions aren't too great. The truth of the matter is, we live in a society now, if a man does that now, he might be out of a job. He might be put in prison, Men don't fight in the street like they used to. They don't settle, people talk trash, behind behind screen names and everything. If you have a critical mass of men who have that energy present, who allowing that energy to flow, of being firm in their manhood, a lot of stuff happening in society wouldn't happen out here. Because it wouldn't need the police to stop it, or laws to stop it, or even armies to stop it. The men would stop it. And that the energy's needed. Even by these women who call themselves feminists and think they don't need a man. They need the energy most of all.
So I just want to thank everyone for liking, commenting, and watching my last video. It definitely motivated me to do this video because I saw some comments, some pushback about the Pookie archetype, understandable, and I wanted to go into more depth to show that Pookie is multifaceted. There's two different and probably even more than two types of quote-unquote Pookie and Ray Ray. But it definitely speaks to the invisible black man. And so many of you in the comment section agreed that black men are invisible. And so it's interesting because in my research, it seems like educated black men tend to be the most invisible because they cannot and do not live up to this Pookie archetype, nor do they want to live up to the Pookie archetype. So comment below and let me know what you think about the corporate thug. Like, share, and subscribe. Click the links in the description box. Get to know my business, Curated Legacy LLC, coaching and consulting. As always, stay tuned for more videos. Bye.